Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can create your personalized skincare routine using the Ordinary products. Now, if you're new to skincare and you're feeling overwhelmed when it comes to what products you should choose from the Ordinary and you aren't sure how you can properly layer them, then this is for sure the right video for you, as I'm going to guide you through and show you step by step how you can set up your skincare routine. Now let's have a look at what a beginner-friendly skincare routine looks like. Step number 1, a facial cleanser. Step number 2, an exfoliant. Step number 3, a serum. Step number 4, a moisturizer. And step number 5, a sunscreen. Since the Ordinary products have different formulations, it's important that you know the order of application so that you can layer them correctly. Which starts off with water-based serums. Then move on to any anhydrous solutions and oil formulations. And then finish it off with any creams and suspensions. If you have more than one water-based serum, you can apply it based on the priority of your concern. The product that targets the most important concern should go first. It's recommended applying eye serums, such as the caffeine solution, first after cleansing. And using a maximum of 3 serums formulations in a single regimen. And always apply sunscreen to all skin that's not covered by clothing. Remember your neck, face, ears, top of your feet and legs. And by the way, you can also download this PowerPoint in the description box down below so that you can have a look at it in your own time and use it when setting up your skincare routine. Now, it's also important that you know about your skin concerns, since once you know about your skin concerns, you also know what products you need to choose from the Ordinary. And here are some examples: uneven skin tone, excess oil and large pores, fine lines and dehydrated skin. Now there are so many more. I'm going to use those examples to also set up a skincare routine. If you have different skin concerns, which you can also check by looking into a mirror and then analyzing your skin and then write them down, you may also need to use other products that I'm about to share with you. But the steps and the way that you're going to set up your skincare routine will be the same. So now that you know the basics, let's put it into practice. So as you can see, I'm now on my phone, and this is also where I'm going to demonstrate you how you can figure out what product will work best for your skin concern. And I believe that you have the best overview on the Ordinary website. And if you want to buy the Ordinary products from another favorite website of yours, then that's totally fine. But if you want to have a simple overview of each product, what it does and how you can use it, then please also go to the Ordinary website. Now they have right here on the site specific guides, and we really want to focus onto the regimen guide because we want to set up a skincare routine. So go ahead and click on it. And I'm also going to put the link in the description box down below so that you also can follow the steps. Now here on the regimen guide side, it also will give you a brief explanation of how you should use the different products, which are already covered during the PowerPoint slides, and I went a little bit more in depth so that you also have a better understanding on how you should layer the products. Then they also have different icons right here, which can also help you later on by clicking on the product how you should use them. If you should use it in the morning or evening, if it's suitable for the eye area, or if you should avoid any contact with eyes, and also if you need to use a sunscreen with this product. Now this is also now the time where you need to grab your notes, where you have the steps in front of you, how your skincare routine should look like, as well as your skin concerns, because now we need to break it down and we need to look for the specific products. Now I'm going to go with the example skin concerns that I have already showed you during the PowerPoint slides. Now the first step is going with a cleanser. Now I believe that most of you have already a facial cleanser at home, so that's totally fine. If you really love that cleanser, go ahead and use that one. But I also want to mention that right here on the regimen guide side, the Ordinary has different categories, which are also named based on what products are fitting into that category, such as, for example, cleansers. And this is also when you're going to click on that category where you can also find the Ordinary cleanser. Now, since most of you probably have already a cleanser at home, I also want to move on to the next step, which is an exfoliator. Now, The Ordinary has a category which is called direct acids. And The Ordinary has also exfoliators, which are direct acids. So this is also where you will find an exfoliator under the direct acid category. And if you're going to click on it, you see the different acids. Now, based on my skin concerns, which I already showed you in the beginning, I need to figure out and also find a product that also helps me to target those skin concerns. And I'm going with lactic acid as an example, since this one is also the one that fits the best. Here you can see on the top the little icons, such as the moon, which means using it in the PM skincare routine, that you should avoid any contact with eyes, and that when using this product you also need to use sunscreen during the day. Now I'm going with lactic acid, and here you have the main overview, what the product targets and basically what it does. Now it targets, which basically means also the skin concern, uneven tone, textural irregularities and fine lines. Now, with my skin concerns, which I have already mentioned at the beginning, I had mentioned the uneven tone as well as fine lines. So this is already a great choice. Then also the format, which basically means the formulation of the product. And this is also a water-based serum. Now, based on what I showed you already in the beginning, you know that when starting off with a skincare routine, after you have cleansed your face, you are going to move on to any water-based serums. Then it also mentions the regimen steps, that you should use the water-based serum before the oils and creams. Then you have the conflicts, which basically means problems, and it does not do well when combining it with other strong acids, EUK134 or peptides. Now in this case, with the other strong acids, it's basically what you can see right here in this category. Like the direct acids are the strong acids. So when using a lactic acid, do not choose another one of that category of the direct acids. And then you have also the time of use, which is ideally in the evening. So this is also what you will see when clicking on each category and you're looking for the specific product that targets your skin concerns. Now I'm giving you a different example with a serum. So now we want to look out for a serum. And the skin concerns that are also now left is that I have problems with an excess oil as well as enlarged pores. Now, if you aren't sure what products you should choose, you can also go and also click on the different categories. Also, make sure that you check every product and find what would fit the best for your skin concerns. In this case, I also know that I have to click on more molecules so that I can give you also a clear example. And I want to have something that regulates the sebum as well as minimizes the pores. And the niacinamide is perfect for it. Again, right here on the top you can see the little sun as well as the moon, which mentions that you can use it in the morning and evening. Again, you see what it targets, as I already mentioned. You have the format, which is a water-based serums, and that you also should use it in your regimen step before oils and creams. Then also with the conflicts, which basically it has problems with pure forms of vitamin C. Now, if you find a product that has conflicts, such as also the lactic acid and the niacinamide, then write those conflicts down so that you're also making sure that when setting up the routine, you are not having any products in the same routine that have conflicts with each other, so that you will get the best results when also putting a routine together. And then the time of use, morning and evening. Now I'm going to move on to the moisturizer. Now in this case, The Ordinary only has one moisturizer, which you can also find under the category hydrators and oils. Now go ahead and click on it. Here you can see the different oils as well as other serums, and we want to go for a moisturizer, which is also the natural moisturizing factors. Again, you can use it in the morning and evening. What it targets is hydration and skin repair. The formulation is an emulsion, so basically cream-like in this case. The regimen step is the last step of your skincare as a moisturizer before makeup and primer. And it also hasn't any problems with other Ordinary products, which is great. And that you can use it in the morning and evening. Now the last step since we have the lactic acid, which also requires that you're going to protect the skin when being exposed to the sun, we need a sunscreen. So I'm going to close this category and we have a look at sun care. Now, if you have already a sunscreen at home, that's totally fine. If you love it, go with it. You do not necessarily need to buy the one from The Ordinary, but I still want to show you the category. Currently, they have 2 that are available, but they're still working on new ones. And if you want to get a sunscreen from The Ordinary, that's fine too. But I also believe that most of you probably have already a sunscreen at home to make sure that you're going to protect the skin. So now that I went through the categories and that I showed you now what products I'm going to use for my example skincare routine, you basically have to do the same thing with your skin concerns, that you're finding the right products that will also work for your skin concerns. We now need to put it in an AM and PM skincare routine. So let's see how you can do this. Now it's the time to set up your skincare routine, so grab the notes that I shared with you at the beginning of the video, such as the order of application, which is also now getting really important because we now need to layer those products correctly. Then you also need to grab the notes, which you're also putting together based on the products that you have chosen that also target your skin concerns. And then you also would need to know how you should use them. So it can look something like this. And I would recommend writing it down like this so that you have a clear understanding how you should use them. Can you use them daily? What formulation is it? And also in the morning or evening. So for example, with the cleanser, you can use it daily, in the morning and or evening. Then also with an exfoliant, I went with the lactic acid, which is also a water-based serum. I can use it daily in my evening skincare routine. And then also with the cornflakes, I wrote them down just in case that I have a brief understanding if my products are working well with each other. Then also for the serum, I went with the niacinamide, which is also a water-based serum. I can use it daily in the morning and or evening. And the cornflakes again, in this case also pure forms of vitamin C. Then for the moisturizer, I went for the natural moisturizing factors, which is a cream. I can use it daily in the morning and or evening. And it has also no conflicts. And lastly, my sunscreen, which is always the last step in your skincare routine, and I'm going to use it in the morning. Now here's also an example how my AM skincare routine would look like. Now if you want to recreate this skincare routine and you want to know exactly step by step how you can also apply it to your face, check out the video in the top right corner, because this is where I'm going to do a little demonstration. Starting off with the facial cleanser. Then I'm going to apply the niacinamide, using the natural moisturizing factors and finishing it off with a sunscreen. For my PM routine, it also would look like this. Again, if you want to know how you can also apply those products to your face for the PM skincare routine, check out the video in the top right corner. Step number 1, the facial cleanser. Then I'm going to use the lactic acid. Then again, I'm using the niacinamide, and I'm finishing it off with the natural moisturizing factors. So this is what my AM and PM skincare routine would look like. Now what else do you need to know? Use about 2 to 3 drops of each serum, and 1 pea-sized amount of cream should be enough for the full face and neck. Use a patting application method as opposed to rubbing. Always avoid unprotected solar exposure. And some products can have a foaming effect upon application depending on the other products you are using in your regimen. The foaming should not last longer than a few seconds, and both should not remain sticky once absorbed into the skin. And the pilling, which is also called snake skin or shedding, can occur due to too much product. Your skin can only absorb a certain amount of product, and any excess will be left on top of the skin so that when the next product is being applied, it rubs off. So those are now all the information that you need to know if you want to set up your personalized skincare routine. And I also do hope that with the steps that I now also shared with you, you're also now ready to put together your own skincare routine. Now this is what I wanted to share with you. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did so, don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye!